Welcome to Inside the Vandals, a weekly show covering University of Idaho football and the Vandals in action. Inside the Vandals is brought to you by the School of Journalism and Mass Media and by the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Hotel, Spa, and Resort.
Welcome to Inside the Vandals, brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Hotel, and Resort. I'm Harrison Lashinger.
And I'm Chris Dermer.
Chris, we had such an exciting week this past week, so many different things going on. We played Idaho State right here in the Dome last week for homecoming. We played an incredible game, really played lights out defensively, and just couldn't be stopped. We had a bye week. Now we take on Cal Poly. What should we look forward to?
Yeah, Harrison, the Vandal defense did a phenomenal job of containing Ty Flanagan and that Idaho State offense. And now going against Cal Poly, they play more of a wishbone style, downhill running, and their fullback is the Big Sky leading rusher at the moment, averaging just under 95 yards per game.
I'm really excited to see how our Vandal defense plays against him, really going to stack the box a lot trying to stop them. I had a chance to catch up with head coach Paul Petrino to talk about the game against Idaho State, the bye week we had and the rest the players got, and also what we can look forward to against Cal Poly. Thank you so much for joining us, Coach.
Thanks for having me on.
So last week we took on Idaho State for homecoming right here in the Dome. We played an incredible game. No other word to explain it besides that. We had 3 defensive touchdowns. We really just stepped it up defensively and shut them out. How was that game?
Yeah, I mean, you said it there. The defense played awesome. They got 3 touchdowns and really set up the first offensive touchdown, getting the turnover on the 30-yard line going in. So I thought they played great. I think our O-line had one of their better games. Colton did a good job. It was awesome to have Jeff Cotton back. He played great. So it was just a good team win all the way around.
Yeah, no, we really just stepped it up all around. So we had the bye week this past week. We had a lot of different things we had a chance to work on. Players having a chance of week just not having to miss a game due to injury. What were some of the things we worked on during the bye?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is get healthy. We've had a lot of guys banged up, so it was good to get some guys back, to get them some rest, both physically and mentally. It was good for guys to catch up on their schoolwork and get a lot of homework done. And then just sharpen up and get better on our fundamentals. And so the first week was a lot about getting better at technique and fundamentals. Defensively, it was big to have 2 weeks to work for the option, so that was good for them to have another week. And even the scout team to run the option 2 weeks, so that they'll run it better the second week than they did the first week. So it was a lot of things paid off good. We just got to have a couple more great practices to go out and play well.
I can't wait for the game against Cal Poly this upcoming weekend. They're 2-6. They've had an interesting year. What are some of the things we should really look forward in that game?
Yeah, they run the option. They run the triple option out of the wishbone, so that makes it a little difficult. They try to hold on to the ball and not give your offense many possessions. Try to keep your offense standing on the sideline. Just kind of wear you down and grind it out with the fullback and get 3.5 yards, 3.5 yards, 3.5 yards, and then get a big play by their quarterback or pitch man. And then they got a really good receiver, number 6. He's a really good player. So we just got to get some 3 and outs, get the ball in our offense. Offense got to stay on the field, move it, and run it well, and make some big plays and score some points. So I expect us. I think we're going to go play well. We've had a couple good weeks of practice, so expect us to go out and play well.
I'm really excited for that game. Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Now coming up, Tre Walker.
Some players may find it difficult embracing the role of a leader, but sophomore linebacker Tre Walker makes it look easy.
One part of the game I take a lot of pride in is probably leadership. I'll say leadership on the field, trying to get everybody to be in tune of what's going on and have motivated and upbeat and ready to go out there and play.
Head coach Paul Petrino has zero doubt when it comes to Walker's voice as a leader.
No question. He's definitely one of our leaders. He's definitely one of the top leaders on our team, and people feed off him. They feed off his passion. They feed off his big hits, and that's something nice. So hopefully we have a few of those this weekend.
According to inside linebackers coach Adam Bresky, it's Walker's ability to motivate his teammates that makes him so special.
Well, really, it's been guys stepping up around him. He's been a bell cow in there. And he really hasn't had to move at all position-wise with the injuries around him. But it's more people have stepped up around him, and we've been able to put a couple different groups together around him that have helped him excel.
Throughout every step of the way, Walker has enjoyed his journey to becoming the young standout leader.
It's been great. It's been great stepping into that spotlight of the leadership role, coming from last year to not playing to being the leader. It was a fun transition to that, and it's been great ever since. It's a great role to be in, and the team respects you, and it's been great.
Finding motivation on Saturdays is easy for Walker, with the love and passion for the game always flowing through.
Just his fire and his passion and his love to play football when he's on the field. He's a mild-mannered guy. Talking to him and that kind of stuff. But he's when he's on the field, you know, he runs and his hair's on fire, and that's what you love about him.
For Inside the Vandals, I'm Chris Dermer.
Coming up next, we're going to be looking at Idaho volleyball as well as the beginning of men's and women's basketball season when we're joined by Zach Kellogg and Delaney Buell.
The Gator boys are back. Midland.
Just because people say I've got a drinking problem.
Midland with 2 big shows.
Watching cigarettes.
Friday and Saturday, December 27th and 28th. Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel. Performing music from their upcoming album, Let It Roll. Available now. Get tickets at ticketswest.com. And VIP experiences available at midlandofficial.com.
No problem drinking.
Midland Live.
And welcome to Vandals in Action. I'm Delaney Buell.
And I'm Zach Kellogg.
And Zach, as football season comes to a close, men's and women's basketball are finally kicking off their season. The men played in their second exhibition game on Tuesday against Lewis Clark State College. Izzy Haddon with the recap.
For the second year in a row, the Vandals fell to NAI Lewis Clark State College 73-88. This is a new-look Vandal basketball team, and they're still trying to figure out how to put a complete game together. The Vandals struggled to play team defense and get a flow going on the offensive end of the court. The Vandals had a hard time scoring offensively, especially from the three-point line, where they shot 16% from 3 compared to LCSC's 44%. Despite the poor shooting from 3, 4 Vandals finished in double-digit points, with Markel Frazier and BJ Simmons leading the way with 15 points. 2 LCSC players finished with double-doubles, Tristan Bradley with 28 points and 14 rebounds, and Damick Mitchell with 17 points and 11 assists. The Vandals opened regular season play against Evergreen State College in Memorial Gym on November 5th. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Izzy Haddon.
And you know, Zach, it's really nice for this new team to have these experiences, having those 2 exhibition games, kind of getting their season rolling and their momentum rolling.
Yeah, Delaney, building that chemistry. Same can be said for women's basketball. After losing Michaela Ferenz and Taylor Pierce from last year, they kick off their 2019 season against LCSC, also here in Memorial Gym. Noah Porter takes a closer look at how the team started their season.
The Idaho women played their first exhibition Friday night in Memorial Gym, and despite the loss of the Splash Sisters, the newest Vandals did not disappoint. Freshman Beyonce B led the Vandals with 8 first-half points as the Vandals took a 36-15 lead into halftime. Idaho dominated LCSC on the boards, grabbing 11 offensive rebounds and out-rebounding the Warriors 43-21. All 13 players saw the court for Idaho, and 12 out of the 13 scored. The Vandals tip off the season against Oklahoma State in Stillwater on November 5th. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Noah Porter.
And Delaney, for women's basketball, now with Ferenz and Pierce gone from the program, it's going to be exciting to see if they can live up to these expectations. Projected to finish second in the Big Sky with some veteran leaders like Izzy Haddon and Gina Markson, and also some new faces coming in the program, finally getting some playing time.
You know, speaking of expectations, Idaho volleyball was expected to finish 5th in preseason polls for the Big Sky, and they're playing well past that this season.
Yeah, Delaney, with Paige Rupiper and Kiara Palmbush and Nikki Ball, they're really starting to click right now. Unfortunately, picked up a loss against Sacramento State on the road. They'll look trying and bounce back tonight against Portland State and continue to try and catch up to Northern Colorado, who's currently sitting at number 1.
You know, what an exciting time for Idaho volleyball and this new team. Coming up, another episode of Tevin and Mason's Investigations, where we take a look at Idaho football's favorite pastime, puppies.
For centuries, we, the Coeur d'Alene tribe, have honored our resources as good stewards and our region as good neighbors. We've built a world-class casino resort hotel that supports hundreds of jobs, funds healthcare and other services, and has generated more than $33 million for education. Because we've been an integral part of this land for generations, and we will be for generations to come.
Here you go, hon.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer. Did you ever notice that the very first bite of every great meal is always the potato? That's why it should always be an Idaho potato. Only genuine Idaho potatoes have the perfect taste and texture to get your meal started right.
Oh. Hey, look! It's huge!
Oops, gotta go.
Wait! Wait! Come back!
Hey Mason, what are you doing today?
I was just taking care of Raj, exploring campus probably, but nothing that much.
Is it hard taking care of a dog?
This dog, yeah, it's hard taking care of this dog. Well, we got 6 or 7 guys on the team with dogs, so we all come together and it's pretty easy. I am, bro.
6 or 7?
6 or 7.
Bro, I found that pretty hard to believe.
Well, you know what we got to do again, man?
Let's
investigate.
Oh.
But we didn't check out gear, though.
Nah, I got my mom's camcorder, though.
Camcorder? All right, bet. Let's get it.
With the Vandal football team having Mondays as their only day off during the week, multiple players congregate by the old soccer field to let their dogs burn off some energy.
I'm Logan Floyd. I'm an offense lineman here at the University of Idaho. This is my dog Milo.
So my dog's name is Louie, and his breed is a full breed pit bull.
I rescued Kodak from a shelter that was closing down and was going to euthanize the puppies back in Seattle.
I decided the name Chapo just based off of, like, I guess the fierceness within the name, El Chapo.
Actually, my girlfriend came up with the name. She just gave me a list of names and we helped pick one together.
I like going to the dog park with Kodak so he can hang out with some other dogs.
We'll either teach him tricks, at least Connor will, which is my roommate, but he'll either just chill out, hang out, eat some bones, or we'll take him to like a park, let him run around.
Every morning, he either wakes up with a fart or he wakes up with like a yawn, like a weird yawn.
While the Vandals spend valuable time with their furry friends, how do they balance being a student athlete while also having a dog?
With football and school and stuff like that, it takes up a lot of time. And then managing homework plus him is just spending time and getting his energy out.
Just getting my schoolwork done when I'm at school, so when I'm done, I can just go home and play with him.
The Vandals always bring the energy on the field. I guess you could say the same thing about their pups.
They're there for you when you're sad. They're there for you when you're happy. They'll always be around and like never leave you. They can always put a smile on your face no matter what they do.
Thanks, guys. Chris, at least we know that our Vandal players are at least getting some love off the field as well. But Chris, what is a refueling station?
That's a good question, Harrison.
Noah Porter with the story.
Nutrition for student athletes on campus just got better thanks to a brand new refueling station that was put into the Kibbe Dome last month. The new refueling station opened on September 3rd, and it gives student athletes the ability to grab a good snack before practice. Director of Athletic Training Chris Walsh knows the importance of nutrition in student athletes.
I think the milk's always really important. That's something that we've had for about the last 4 or 5 years, and we're going to continue, and we're going to bring in more milk. So milk's important, and really just the snacks, because you think a lot of just regular students, may miss breakfast, they may skip on lunch, and a regular student can go out and have something to eat after school. But these student athletes, they go out and practice. So just giving them that supplemental snack.
Although the station is just starting up, nutrition specialist Ann Brown is hopeful that this startup idea will become successful in the near future.
The whole idea comes from the fact that big, SEC, ACC schools have fueling stations and training tables to support their athletes' nutrition. And so to bring Idaho's athletic program to the next level, it was just kind of a natural move to want to include a fueling station in athletics.
This idea has just become a reality, and student athletes should take full advantage of this new resource. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Noah Porter.
Harrison, looks like we finally know what a refueling station is now.
Thanks, Noah. Coming up now, Idaho versus Cal Poly right here in the Kibbe Dome. Matt Linehan and Chris King with the call. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Harrison Lashinger.
And I'm Chris Dermer.
And we'll see you next time.